Okay, so as always, time to review patch notes. We're going to go over bonus balance first, then we're going to go over the 7.5, I suppose it is, patch update. Let's dive right in. Skins, who cares? Joust, fire minions have less everything. Okay. I guess that means it'll be easier to fight into once you lose a Phoenix, which is okay, I suppose. Then God balance. Baba Yaga gets 10 damage. That's all you're giving her? 10 damage and 10% scaling. This change doesn't change anything. She's still garbage. And then the burst damage gets increased by 35 at max rank. Scaling increased by 5%. It does fire 4 times, so that's 20%. The burn scaling is now 12.5%. This is decent. The fire time is decent. And then 10% of magical scaling as shield. This doesn't change the fact that when you go up into the ultimate, you're a sitting duck. And that is the biggest weakness of this character by far, because in most situations, you are worse off for using your big, flashy ultimate, right? This ability should change the course of a fight, not scream, hit me. And that's what they have to focus in on if they're going to make this character viable. The ult's still garbage. You're still a sitting duck. Like I said in my Baba Yaga video, they need to embrace the warrior mage style of this character and give protections like they do to Hades when he's an alt, or Zhong-Kui when he's an alt. Give us a battle mage high res. Do it. Embrace it. Heimdallr. Ooh, now this is a nerf, people. Oh, so now that's a huge nerf. That's off the radius, right? So off the diameter, he's losing double that. He's losing 80 units of vision off his 1. That is awesome. And then they're taking, okay, 70 damage and 20% scaling off. This is a good nerf. I do think that he will still be strong. But these are things that are going to help put him in the focal point. Might not be bannable, but we'll see. This is good. I like these changes. Thank you. This is a good nerf. That's a very good nerf. I like that. Horace. Aw, they're nerfing him. They're nerfing my son. They decreased the movement speed Horace gains back to kind of a middle ground by the looks of it, because it was 30% before. It went up 100%, and now they're bringing it to the middle. I think they should have put it in the middle to start, but I'm happy with where it's ending up. I think that'll be good. I think Horace, this change will really help bring him in. I don't think he's super strong, but I'll admit, if you watched some SPL games, you'd see character's pretty stupid. Unbats. They nerfed the passive by 5%, which was whatever. And Fear No Evil is a 2-minute cooldown now. I like that. I don't think it's enough to really stop him, because bear in mind 20% cooldown or 40% cooldown, so it's not the big deal, but this is good. It forces him to have to make decisions. I'm bottom pick. This is good. That means I can finish patch notes. Merlin. So they're decreasing scaling. Yeah, okay, and they even did the math for me, so I don't have to. 40% scaling on Blizzard, and 65% scaling on Fire Stance 2, I think that is. I'm pretty sure that's Fire Stance 2. That is a very good change. I think that's awesome. Odin. They're increasing his cooldowns to be 1 second, 1 second, 2 seconds more. Okay, overall, that's not a huge change. I think those are good nerfs, right? I think cooldown is the right way to go after this character. But bear in mind, as Odin, you should always be building 40% CDR, so you're actually not... It's not a huge nerf time-wise, but a nerf is a nerf, and I think this is a good targeted nerf to the right area. Sobek gets his passive changed so that instead of having 10 per stack, it's now 4 per stack plus 0.3 allow. Ooh, no. Sobek, big nerf. So far, just no real buffs, just nerfs. Yeah. Sobek, this hurts him early game a lot. In support and solo, his big strength was being able to just walk at people and have 30 protections. I'm happy with this change. I like this change. It's still the same late game, so this is good. Thor has his ult scaling decreased by 10%. So when I think about Thor, I'm not thinking that my ultimate dealing 10% less damage is the deal breaker, right? The ult is for setting up the rest of the combo. This character's still strong. They decreased the damage by 10 on, okay, 10 base damage and increased the mana cost. And they increased the mana cost as he upgrades it. So I guess like level 4 or 5 Uller will kind of feel this a little bit in having to like manage his abilities a little more. This doesn't change really anything. He's still going to do exactly what he was doing. And then Yamoja gets adjusted to have Omi at levels 4 or 6 and 14 instead of 4 and 12. Cool. And Bouncing Bubble loses 20 damage late game. Okay. Balance. Okay, balance. So Jade Emperor's Crown and Runic Shield. These are both getting adjusted to basically do less, I guess. They're nerfing both of these items. Jade Emperor's Crown is still going to do exactly what Jade Emperor's Crown is supposed to do, and Runic Shield is still going to do exactly what Runic Shield is supposed to do. You're going to build them in the same situations, they just might not be as strong. This is still an incredibly cheap item that is the magical equivalent of Jade Emperor's Crown. It's still a good item. Artemus. Artemis's ult is getting changed to launch faster, but now has a 0.1 second increase in delay as she rushes target to target. Added a warm-up targeter. I don't know. I'm going to have to see this when it goes live because the words make sense and I kind of see what they're going for, but I want to see how it's implemented. Cernunnos now reduces magical protections and physical protections. This makes Cernunnos more valuable in a team fight because now he can help out the mage do more damage by doing protection, shred, and autumn instead of just the physical characters in the game. That's an interesting change. I think that's a cool buff. Chonga gets an additional 10% scaling on magical power for her heal. Okay, like Chonga was fine. Like I guess we're buffing healers now for some reason, but cool, I guess. I have no opinion on this. I think Chonga was in a good state before, so here we go. Mulan gets another buff. So now after you cast the first ability, you get 10% attack speed instead of 5. Cool, not a huge deal. Nike is now knockback immune while channeling the 2. This is a big change. I personally think Nike is a very slept on pick and that Nike is very strong. So we're buffing Nike and maybe people will play her more and she'll show how frustrating and strong of a character she is to play against. Rama doesn't have a passive. Okay. So now what? So Rama is okay, so this is the Rama changes we were talking about. Astral Quiver. This ability now includes that every astral strike arrow Rama lands has a % chance that an astral arrow pickup will appear on the ground. Additionally, picking up an arrow heals 10 mana. Why would they say heals 10 mana? That's very awkward phrasing. Pick Me Up has been renamed to Infinite Arrows. So there's no longer the chance for arrow pickup on this, but while the buff is active, every third successful hit on an enemy god will generate an astral arrow. Interesting. Rolling Assault. You can now cancel this ability after rolling. What? Okay. Increased power scaling after the roll. Okay. And then Astral Barrage. Every time Rama generates or picks up an astral arrow, the cooldown of this ability is reduced by 0.2 seconds and includes the passive regen, plus pickup deployables, plus generate. Ooh! This is interesting. So more Rama alts. Now the free fire shot is gonna hit harder. And they reworked his passive and stuff. Overall, I don't think he changes much. This is a slight adjustment. But I'm curious to see how it goes. I'm curious by what they mean by you can cancel this ability. So I guess so that you don't have to fire the auto attack. Robin is getting buffed. Sweet. I think Robin's also in a good space right now, but 10 more damage, whatever. Ymir. Yay! Oh my god! This is amazing! This is great. This has been a request for years. You can now cancel the wall. Thank you, Hi-Rez. This is garbage. Now, why do they keep taking away counterplay options to hard-hitting mage abilities? The best counterplay for Ymir ult was burn that sucker to the ground and make him either pop it early or deal no damage. So now this is good. Now you build full power Ymir, you blink, immediately start channeling ult, and you're gonna deal like 1,000 damage to everyone. Even if you get bursted down, that is crappy. This is great. This is dangerous. And then Zeus. Increased static damage by a little bit. Cool. Zeus is still very, very unsafe and probably not very strong. That's the patch. Jesus. I'm curious about a couple things. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think we see the resurgence of Ymir Jungle, but that's just a hunch. And then for the sake of making my VOD life easier, I'm going to switch to my YouTube end screen. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's where I'm going to leave the stream today. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm thinking I'm probably going to stream on Saturday.